Hey everybody, how's it going? I realized when I first started doing my channel, I had an introduction video about, what I wanted my channel to be about and who I was and everything like that. And I kind of looked back on it and I was like, oh, it wasn't very clear. And when I started my video, I hadn't gotten married yet, and I was more focused on me being prepared and getting prepared for my wedding and doing like little wedding DIY stuff. And I'm not married anymore, or I am married now, but I'm not planning a wedding now to be married. That's what I meant. But I still like doing all the the do-it-yourself stuff and craft. My main focus for my channel to be all about baking and stuff like that. And I didn't really touch too much about baking and everything like that in my first video. So this is more of like why I'm wanting to do this channel and why I've solely wanted to make it about baking. So let's start with my background story, I guess, on why I got into baking. Okay, so when I was really, really little, I grew up at my grandma and grandpa's house. My mom was 16 when she had me, so obviously she wasn't old enough to live out on her own. So we lived at my grandparents forever. And when I was growing up, I would always be in the kitchen with my grandma baking. And it was something that some of my earliest memories were, being in the kitchen on a chair because I was too short, and being up on the countertop and mixing things in the mixer and putting in ingredients. And I thought it was the coolest thing when I was little, and I got to crack an egg, and I didn't get shells in the bowl and everything like that. So those were some where it all began, in Grandma's kitchen. And I know, a lot of people say that's where they get started, and cooking at home, cooking with their mom and their grandma and all that stuff. So I cooked with my grandma. And we would always bake, sugar cookies around the holidays and, chocolate chip cookies. That was probably, my favorite thing growing up, was to make sugar cookies. Because we always had the little, cookie cutters. So we would do all sorts of different cool things for different holidays. And it was really cool. I had my own apron and everything. So I was, Grandma's official, helper and stuff. Here's my apron from growing up, cooking in Grandma's kitchen. It's got, and of course, the best part was licking the whisks after with all the batter and stuff like that. Who doesn't love doing that, even though you're not supposed to? But that was my first memories, and that's really where the root of me wanting to become a baker and me loving to bake began at such a young age. And the older I got, the more I loved to cook, and I would cook dinner and do all sorts of other stuff. When we were growing up, especially for my brother and me. I know my mom, worked, later hours, and when she couldn't make it home in time, I would cook dinner for me and my brother. So that was another kind of, helping stepping stone in for me to become a baker and, and a chef and stuff like that. I'm not going to really do too much of, the chef, savory cooking on my channel. I'm going to do more of, the baking and, the sweets and stuff like that, because that's where my true love is. And, so, yeah, that's the roots and everything like that. I think I officially decided that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life when I was a sophomore in high school. I had gone through, a couple of things that I wanted to do, and nothing really seemed like, oh, well, this is what I'm gonna love to do the rest of my life. No, the only thing was baking, and so I decided as a sophomore that I wanted to go to culinary school and to pursue that, and that way that it helped me with learning more skills and becoming a better, baker and chef and everything like that. And I was all gung-ho for it. I was, ready to go. I knew what I wanted to do. Pretty much since I was little, but I didn't really make the full-on commitment that I'm going to go and I'm going to be a baker and go to culinary school until I was a sophomore in high school. And that was such a great, relief when I finally was this is what I want to do. And I was so excited about it. After I made my decision to go into culinary, I had a lot of support. from like my dad and a couple other people and stuff like that. However, I did not have support from my mom. My mom pretty much told me that cooking was not a job and it wasn't something that I could do the rest of my life. And she wanted me to be a dental hygienist or a dentist or something like that. And I'm like, no. That's what my mom does for a living. She's a dental hygienist, so she cleans people's teeth. And I'm pretty much the dentist's worst nightmare. I bake sweets. So I give you, and that's the thing the dentists don't want you to eat is sweets. And she really pretty much told me that cooking wasn't a career and that I couldn't make anything off of it and I couldn't make any money off of it and stuff like that. And I wasn't at that time I wasn't focused on making money, because that's something that, for any established baker, you have to work your way up. And it's more about what you love to do. And I love baking. I love decorating and all that stuff. And it's not about wanting to, become rich and famous and everything like that, which is fine if it happens. But I'm not expecting to get any kind of, huge, I'm the next cake boss or I'm the next ace of cakes or anything like that. Especially when I was younger, I was like, no, I'm not thinking that way. I'm just wanting to do it because I love to do it. So my mom definitely wasn't a supporter of it. She did not want me to become a baker in any way, shape, or form, and she definitely didn't have a say in it, especially after I graduated high school. I haven't talked to her in years, and that's probably... She probably doesn't even know any of the stuff that I've done since high school and everything like that, but it's still, really, really great that, I haven't, gotten as far as I had expected at this point, but I have definitely improved leaps and bounds, especially since I started culinary school, since I graduated culinary school, which I got proof, there's the degree, and especially since this past year, I've really, taken doing, cakes and cake decorating and all that stuff, and I've really, gone all gun-ho into it, and I've just really have grown a lot since the beginning of this year, and I can just only go up and continue to get better and better, which is the goal, and I hope you guys can help me and, help with the support, and, just kind of, give me ideas of things that I can improve on, or things that you guys want to see that I can, start, baking more of, or different cake decorations and stuff like that. That's really helpful, and I really appreciate it. So, through this channel, I'm going to start showing more of, what I've been baking, what kind of cakes I've been making and decorating and stuff like that. And I have a couple of really cool ones coming up in this month and next month, and I'm really excited and can't wait. So that's just, my background story of why I became a baker and, what leading up to why I love to do what I love to do. And I hope you guys just continue to watch my channel, like and subscribe. It's always the best part, because I am nothing without you guys. Thank you so much, and I hope this has been a little bit more enlightening, and it has shown you a little bit more about who I am and about my channel. So thank you guys so much, and have a good one.
I wanna make your heart beat.